So when most people think about AI, they think of maybe the Terminator,
That's what I think about.
robots taking over the world, all sorts of fun stuff like that. Um, but AI has like graced the news constantly for the last year, basically since ChatGPT came out.
Yeah.
And well, and not necessarily came out because I think it was around before that, but just like it exploded. So we're talking about AI and the holidays.
Which is so fun. Holidays
So
are mostly fun. I'll
yeah.
like
Well, because
mostly
there's a
fun.
big holiday tomorrow. I'm having a small dinner. What are you having? Like you're
We're
having everyone over.
hosting. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got voluntold because
Voluntold.
we had the most space in our house. So we are hosting, but
Good
I said
times.
I will not do meat. I've done turkey once and it was ready like 2 hours after everyone left. So I will not do meat. Other people are bringing the meat to my house, but I will host everyone.
Fantastic. So obviously we are talking about AI today and the holidays. But
Yes.
before we get into that, let's talk about some news that has come up. And so the first one, because we were just talking about green bubbles, I think the last like 3
Yeah,
episodes,
we
we
always talk about it.
so super huge news, and it was so funny because I was in California over the weekend, and I am driving to Disneyland with my son.
Driving to Disneyland.
Just driving to Disneyland like you do.
Oh,
Um,
goodness.
yeah, so I was driving to Disneyland, my son's in the car, and he's like, "Hey, Apple's adding RCS." And I'm like, "No, that's not a thing." And he's like, "No, seriously, like I'm looking at these news articles." And I'm like, "Are they legitimate sources?" Like, I'm totally questioning my 14-year-old son. Like
That's
like
what when I first saw the article, I was like, "No." Same exact reaction of like, "Okay, but who's this coming from? Like,
right.
where is this actually coming from right now?"
Somebody go rogue at, like, Apple and is like, "Yeah, we're totally
We're
doing
doing
it."
it.
Yeah. But yeah, so then, like, as soon as I, like, stopped the car, I had to, like, pull it up, and sure enough, that was the case. So, a lot of people are confused and, not understand, like, okay, so RCS, I don't even get what that means. Like, because I was talking to my brother about it, I was talking to my sister about it, they're like, "Why do I care? Um, why do I care that Apple is adding RCS?" And I'm like, wow, people really don't know. And so we
Yeah.
need to help explain what what is this thing that
What is
they've
this
announced?
RCS?
What is this RCS, Emily?
Yeah. So RCS, to simplify it, we started off with text messaging being SMS, which is simple text back and forth. That was the 160 character limit. That was racking up dollars, pennies of dollars. Oh, got in a little trouble very early on with texting. Then we switched, we added an MMS, which allowed images to be added. And now we have RCS
Multimedia. Yeah.
multimedia. Now we're at RCS, which is essentially a chat like
Right.
texting. Basically, there's no real limit. You don't get your text broken up and sent in mismatched order. You can react. You can, I mean, those are the big major ones. You can still send the MMS, but a little bit smoother. You can encrypt. You
Mhm.
can see if it's been sent, if it's been read, all kind of basic chat features. And the big kicker is for a really long time, if you've haven't heard our rants, is that Apple refused to do RCS with Android. Refused. They were like, you know what? No, we're not going to allow this. You're not going to be able to mix with iMessage. But then, Sarah, what did they announce?
So they announced that they're going to incorporate RCS into their iMessage platform, which like literally blew my mind. And so this basically, all of you iPhone users whom we love,
We do love you.
we love you iPhone users, but you complain about green bubbles.
Green bubbles.
And this, like, and I saw some news articles like, "Oh, Android users are gonna stop complaining." I'm like, "Oh, no, we're not the ones
It's not us.
complaining. We don't
Well,
complain about this."
I will say it will be nice if the videos are
Yes.
actually viewable between the 2. That's, like,
Yeah.
one of the major hopes of them adopting RCS is I can actually send videos to iPhone
Right.
users.
Yeah, well, and, like, I literally so the reason I was in California was not to go to Disneyland
Of
as
course not. Who
opposed
would
to
do that?
but it was for my niece's wedding, and just this morning, my brother sends me a video, like, a preview video compilation of the wedding day, and it's terrible because he
It's
sent it from
awful.
his iPhone.
It's
So
awful. I hate that. I have to send messages through Facebook Messenger, like, videos
right.
to a friend because she has an iPhone, and so we don't mesh well on that side.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's really the problem is that, Apple is using outdated technology in order to send a message from an iPhone to an Android device, and RCS is just that newest version of the technology. So that's what makes it important. I loved this. My friend sent me this. Just this forum that she visits, and it says like Android users don't care. I've used Android for years. My family members with iPhones whine nonstop that I need to switch to improve their texting experience. I just tell them that if the only reason for me to switch is to make their phone usable, then the problem is with their phone and not with mine. Like, I honestly
Yeah,
don't care what anyone else's phone experience is. I just know mine works fine for what I want to use it for. And
fact.
therein lies the problem. So this was really mind blowing. Nobody ever thought Apple was going to incorporate RCS into their platform. Like, I even thought if the EU were to force them to do it, which it looked like was on the horizon, which I'm sure played a part into this. If the EU were to force them to incorporate RCS, that they might program it in a way where it's only RCS in the EU and it doesn't do it in the United States. Like, I honestly thought that they would dig their heels in so hard on that. And then here we go, bomb drop. They're going to do it next year.
Next year. But there's a big but there.
But
Because one of the things that we've talked about and one of the issues with them not adopting RCS is the green bubbles, like we mentioned, and people get bullied, kids get bullied, adults get bullied. I've been bullied for it, for having it. So we were
sure.
so excited that if they were to adopt this, it maybe would get rid of that. But no, they're keeping them.
Keeping the green bubbles. But here's the thing, I honestly don't think it's about the green. And it's more about the fact that when you bring an Android user, it breaks their
That's
chat.
yes. Yeah, it's a good point.
And if it didn't break it, which it won't when RCS is a thing, then I really just don't think anybody's gonna care about the green bubbles.
That's a
Like,
good point.
yeah. So while they are still going to use green bubbles, I just don't think that's gonna be a big deal because
Because
what the complaint really is that it's poor quality, which of course it's a poor quality because it is using outdated technology. So,
yeah.
anyway,
So we're
so
excited.
we are very
Just
excited.
we're actually really, really, really excited. We just I don't know. I just think it's petty too that they're like, "No, we're
Right.
keeping the green
Yeah.
bubbles." And I'm like, "You've got" and to be fair, the article does go down and it says it shows the difference between RCS and SMS on Android, and there is a difference,
Yeah.
but it's like dark green and light
Right.
or dark blue and light blue. So, like,
Right.
I don't know. I just think they're being petty. But
Yeah.
yes, very
Little
excited.
petty. Yes.
RCS is coming. So excited for that.
So exciting. Cool. So let's go on to I love this. I actually had not really heard about this and Emily brought this up and where are we? There we are. Spotify is launching audiobooks.
I was so excited. So here's the deal. They've had audiobooks on their platforms that you've had to purchase for the past year, maybe year and a half, something like that. But they were the standard audiobook price of like $20 to $25, right? That might not be standard. I'd actually have no idea how much an audiobook costs. But now you can get audiobooks for free if you are a premium subscriber in the US. Or, and here's how I found out, if you have a family plan and you are the main person on the family plan. So, like, I get the audiobooks, but my husband does not. So there's that.
Interesting.
Yes. So you have to be either your own premium
Yeah.
or the main person on the family plan. So, and it
That
is
I mean, that's kinda lame, I'm gonna say.
it is a little lame, I will admit. He doesn't listen to audiobooks, I do, so it, like, works out for us.
Sure.
And it is only 15 hours a month. So if you
Interesting. Okay.
I really want to read the Wheel of Time series, but they're, like, freakishly long. They're one of those fantasy series that's, like, super each book is really long. It's, like, 40 hours to go through one of those books. But other books are not that long. So you could get through sometimes a
Sure.
couple, sometimes one book a month. But it does say you can purchase a top up if you need to finish your
Ah,
audiobook of 10
interesting.
hours, or you can
Okay.
just buy them and use
Or
them
you can
that
just buy
way.
the audiobook.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's
So,
interesting because I don't think like, you can't just buy, like, music on Spotify, right? Like,
right.
you can like, so that's an interesting addition there to
Yeah.
add the ability to purchase audiobooks.
And I think that's how they started, right? Is they brought on the audiobooks and you could purchase
Mhm.
them, and do that way to kind of compete with Audible. But
Sure.
they have now just they tested this in, like, everywhere. I don't know why every company does this, but they tested it in Europe, tested in,
I
like,
know, right?
Australia, I
Come
think.
on.
Like, why not test it on us?
Just
Um,
here.
and now they're allowing a little bit of a subscription model where, because you're paying for premium, you can get a couple hours of audio. And there is rumor running around the internet of they're going to change their models so that some of the highest tier you can have more hours with the audiobooks and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see what comes from that. But
Interesting. Because and Audible,
audiobooks on
I feel
Spotify.
like, doesn't have a ton of competition. Audible's
No.
kind
Oh,
of
no, not
it.
really. Yeah. Yeah. There's audiobooks.com. Listen, I got really into audiobooks when I had kids. Let's be real. Um, so there's
Weird.
audiobooks.com. Weird. That does have its own subscription. It's about the same price. Audible's gone up in price. I don't remember for sure, but audiobooks is $15. Then there's this website called Chirp, which is you can get a daily email and they'll tell you their deals. So you can get some as low as like $5.
Mm,
But they also have others you can buy at like the $15 to $25 price.
okay.
And that's mostly, and then Libby, like, you can always rent audiobooks from your local library. Little
Sure.
plug for that. Support your local library. And then through like Libby. But that's really it. Like, there
Yeah.
isn't. It's maybe 2 to 3 places, like, other than Audible, and Audible still is like the main place people go to.
Right. Yeah, juggernaut. So yeah, that'll be super interesting. I do like how Spotify is kind of becoming like because it's got the podcasts, it's got
Yeah.
music, obviously. Um
Obviously.
audiobooks, like anything basically you want to listen to, you will
I
probably be able
know.
to get through Spotify. So that's super interesting.
It's super
Um
cool.
yeah, I'm curious though, like so say I have a family plan and, like, my spouse wants to also get the audiobooks, like, can you have a higher tier family plan, or it's just
Not yet. So that's
okay,
kind of the, like, rumor. They just released this. You can't, as far as I know, even share it. You would have to sign in and they would have to listen to it through your account.
sure.
But they've talked a lot about a bunch of they had, like, a name for it. I can't remember what it was. It was one of those funny marketing names that they came up with for it. I should look it up, but I don't want to. But they're gonna break it into tiers so that you can then start to have
Okay,
different, like, amounts and, like,
right.
probably share through family plans and stuff like that, so,
Cool, cool. I'm,
yeah.
on board. Good job, Spotify.
Good job, Spotify. We love
Good
Spotify in this
job.
house. We're big Spotify fans.
Yeah, same, same. Except for I mean, I used to do Google Play Music, but
Oh, did
then
you?
when it became YouTube Music,
No. You
I mean,
same.
We love you, YouTube.
We do.
Please love us.
We have we love YouTube. We have YouTube TV, so we love
See, we love
YouTube.
YouTube.
I
Yeah,
just
but the YouTube
use Google Play.
Music, yeah, I do miss Google Play Music, but Spotify has been great. So,
Yeah.
the only thing that I don't like about Spotify is their shuffle kinda sucks. So,
Oh, yeah, we've had a lot of discussions around the
yeah.
shuffle of Spotify and how it just doesn't
Like, do you
shuffle.
think, like, you you can make that better. There's
Did you
algorithms. You can
They've
make
actually
that better.
changed. We looked into this because we were so annoyed with the shuffle, and it actually changed, and they, like, updated it because people were mad that it,
Yeah.
like of how it used to shuffle, and so they just, for whatever reason, cannot get the shuffle down.
No,
Spotify, work on
they
that, please. Thank you.
yeah. Can you fix that for us? That would be great. I mean, like, cause there's gotta be a way to, like, track, like, cause I feel like it repeats before it, like, finishes through the whole thing. There's gotta be a way to track how many times you've played a specific song, like
Well, and that's because you can do that. Here's the thing, you can do that in iTunes. I knew I used to be able to do that, be like, "Hey, I've
Sure.
listened to the song X amount of times," but it
Yeah.
also repeats the shuffle. Have you ever had that happen to you? Where it's like I guess that's probably what you're talking about, but you, like, listen to a playlist, and then you go away, and then you come back and you shuffle it it, like, has kept the cache of the shuffle,
Sure.
so it
Yeah.
starts you over, but it's the same, like, 5 songs at the
Right,
beginning
right,
of the
right.
last shuffle, and you're like,
Yeah.
can I, like,
Can
clear
you
it?
shuffle?
Can I just, like, actually
Can
shuffle
we
these
shuffle
songs?
the deck of
Come on,
cards? Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah. Last little bit of news here. We've got Snapchat. Let's try this one. No, this is the one I want. Snapchat testing a paid ad free plan. And we
Yeah,
kind
we
of
just talked about this.
yeah, we mentioned the issues, or not issues, but like the fact that they are like Meta is testing
Mm,
this out in the EU. Um and like, yeah, come on, let's bring some tests over here.
right.
But like, I don't think I would pay for, I mean, A, I don't use Snapchat, so I
Yeah, I don't
definitely
either.
wouldn't pay for a monthly subscription, but this might be good for kids and stuff
Yeah.
that, like, definitely use Snapchat. You don't want them to see, like, the ads. I mean, granted, their algorithm is still terrible, so there's that too, but
Can't remember the last time I used Snapchat. I was trying to think of it. It's been a long time. Ugh,
yeah, every time I
ugh.
open Snapchat, I'm like, Yeah, I'm too old for this."
You're like, "I'm not. This is not for me." No. But, yeah, I think you're right. Like, it'd be great if you have kids that use Snapchat, although
Mhm.
please don't let my kids want to use Snapchat, but
Yeah.
please.
I mean, around, like,
Hopefully.
I'm saying, like, 15, 16. That's a good
Yeah,
age
yeah,
for
it's probably
Snapchat.
fine.
I mean,
So,
neither of my kids are still interested in like, they're not interested in Snapchat at all. Like,
wonder if it's
I
like a
guess
quick blip now.
yeah, I mean, I think it's still pretty prevalent, just, like, their particular friends groups don't use it,
Oh,
so,
use it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
just
not important.
no. But there you go.
But
Super
yeah.
interesting that it's not just Meta that's doing it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have a feeling, like, we're gonna just see more of this trend of, ad-free social media that you pay for, and then, like, I don't see people getting multiple subscriptions. I see them, like,
Mm-mm.
going in on, like, their favorite social media platform. They spend a lot of time there, maybe paying for ad-free on that, and then
Yeah. That's kind of what I would do, I think, is if it happens, then maybe I would
yeah.
pay for it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Most of the time, I don't mind ads because they're really good. They show me what I want to buy.
That's what I always get the conversation around, like, do I want personalized ads? And everyone kind of is like, "Oh, but they're tracking me," and stuff like
Right.
that. But I'm like, um, I want to be shown what I like and not shown what I don't like. So
Right.
I think I'm okay with it. And then I
Yeah.
spend money and it's fine.
And then I spend money and it's fine. Yeah, so social media ads, like, I'm okay with it. Like, and I'm even okay with, like, the tracking, like, Like I said, it just makes it, I mean, because 'cause you're gonna be shown ads anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you pay for these, like, ad-free plans, but you're gonna be shown ads anyway. I'd rather be shown ads that I actually am interested in,
Yep.
as opposed to ads that I have no interest in. So, if you're using my
100%.
data to show me something that, like, I might wanna buy, I
Maybe
mean,
make
more
it
power to
something
you.
right? Well,
Yeah,
I just bought something off an Instagram ad,
yeah.
actually. I think it was a t-shirt. It's fine. But yeah, like, show me something I would actually want instead of
Right.
not.
I totally bought, like, Disneyland stickers on from an ad.
Ooh,
They were
nice.
so cute,
Ooh, really
so
cute.
cute. Yeah, because 'cause I'm a big sticker person, so
Yep.
anyway, I'm okay with the ads, so I
Yep.
definitely wouldn't pay for ad-free social
Ad
media
free.
'cause,
It gives me ideas of things to buy for
right,
myself.
makes my wish list keep growing.
Yes.
Alright, so let's get into the meat of AI and the holidays. I know you had some ideas. I also have a few
Yeah.
ideas, but you wanna start us out with how can we not be afraid of AI
Let's not
and
be afraid.
yeah, don't
Um,
be afraid.
yeah, so I one of my favorite things, so when ChatGPT became huge, we signed up for it, wanted to kind of test it out, and we started using it for meal plans because if there is one thing that I strongly dislike, it is planning dinner every week. Like we have to eat again. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. So that's like one of the main reasons we use it. So
You guys want
ChatGPT,
food? Come
what? You have to
on.
survive and live?
Darn it.
What? Um, so I was like, you know, it'd be brilliant. Thanksgiving's tomorrow. So unless you're a strong procrastinator, this may not help you, but if you are, it will. Is I asked ChatGPT to make me a Thanksgiving Day menu. And I loved it. So you can do this for Christmas. Like I said, we do it for
Right.
weekly meal plans if like we just can't think of anything. Um, and you can tell
Which is
it.
like
So
every day for me.
yeah, just like literally every week and every day.
What should I make for dinner today, ChatGPT?
Yes, please tell me. But I said I wanted appetizers, turkey specifically, because I do like
Sure.
turkey. Are you a turkey? Are you guys turkey
Oh,
people?
I'm a turkey. I'll
Do
make a
you
mean
make
turkey. I'll make a
nice?
mean turkey. And I'm
Maybe
not a
next
cook, like,
time.
I don't cook.
That's why I'm surprised a little bit that you do the
Yeah.
turkey.
Like, here's the thing with me. Let's get real for just a second.
We're gonna pause. We're talking about food now. Important topic. Go.
Highly analytical. I'm not like a, "I think this might taste good." Can't do it. Like, I need a recipe that I'm going to follow to the T. Like, if I'm measuring something, I am measuring out, like, a teaspoon of something. Like, this is going to be an exact science. So, Alton Brown used
Oh,
to
I
have a
love Alton
show
Brown.
named Good Eats,
I
and,
love
like,
good
and
eats.
he's very scientific about everything, and he has a turkey recipe that I follow to the T every single year, and that is my turkey, like, and it's
That's the
delicious.
secret.
Yeah,
I
but,
should have
like,
known.
I mean, I follow it
Like
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the extent of my cooking. I have to follow a
That's
recipe.
I'm pretty proud of you actually for being able to do a turkey.
Thank you.
So,
Like,
yeah,
it's really easy to follow instructions.
that's what well, that's how, like, I cook. I'm, like, middle ground of, like, once I do the recipe, then I can kinda make the adjustments,
Oh,
but
no.
turkeys are, like, a beast.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
anyway.
Anyway, so we
Um,
asked ChatGPT for
yes.
a Thanksgiving menu.
Appetizers, turkey, 3 side dishes because 'cause I'm a side dish lover, and 2 desserts. And it came up it
Wow.
was like I almost changed. I did this, like, yesterday just to see, and I almost changed what I
Like,
was gonna
"Oh,
make.
that's
I was
better."
like, "Maybe I should, like, wait a minute." So it came up with stuffed mushrooms for the appetizer, and it
Oh,
shows, like, here's your ingredients and here's some directions on how to make it. So
nice.
spinach and artichoke dip,
Directions. What I need.
directions for you, Sarah. Knew you needed them.
Thank you.
Mashed sweet potatoes, green bean. I should know how to say this because I watch a lot of cooking shows, but I don't know. Almondine?
Whoa.
sausage and herb stuffing, pumpkin pie, apple crisp, a roasted turkey with herbs. Like, it was pretty legit. And it's like rub the turkey with butter, garlic, and herbs. Oh, and it says the herbs in the ingredients. And
Nice.
then roast it and stuff. So yeah, so really like Christmas dinner, Christmas breakfast, anything like that for the holidays. If you have family coming over and you need to feed X amount of people and you're not used to it,
Mhm.
I love ChatGPT for meal plans. It's like my
That's
favorite. That's all I
awesome.
use it for.
I love it. I love it. I'm actually gonna add this to here, um, because I'm gonna show something. So here's something else we can
Yes.
do with ChatGPT. Oh, whoops, no, that's not what I wanted. Here, because we're live, this is great. Um,
Yes.
I know. I'm gonna move this guy over here. So I asked ChatGPT to
Yes.
write an end of the year update letter for
Yes,
a
I love
family
these.
of 4. Like, so here's the prompt. You can see the prompt, including a husband named Trevor, a wife named Sarah, a daughter named Maddie, who's just turned 18, and a son named Michael, who is 14. And here is what it came up with. Dear friends and family, as we approach the end of another year, we want to take a moment to reflect on the past 12 months and share some updates from our family. It has been a year of growth and milestones and memorable moments for the Smiths. I forgot to tell them my last name.
Oh,
It's
perfect. It's
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Smith, right? Just
It's
kidding.
totally Smith. Yeah. We're excited to bring you up to speed. Trevor and Sarah continue to cherish their journey together. I mean, it's a great letter. I'm like,
It's
sweet,
like it's yeah, you're
done.
like, I would have not written that at all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So
Oh,
so
you're an art teacher, by the way, in that letter.
oh, good to know. Good to know. Um, yeah, I took on a new role as an art teacher at the local elementary
Surprise,
school.
everyone.
No, because that would not be something I would do. Um But anyway, it's like it's super legit. Obviously, you do some like a little bit of editing,
Right?
but like instead of trying to come up with like everything to say, you're like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, this works. We're
This is
good."
pretty good. Yep,
Yeah,
just change it a little bit and yeah, I love it.
yeah.
100% love it.
What
Okay,
else you got
so
on your list?
yeah, I'm reading I had to read it real quick. I was like, "Which
I
one's this one?"
did.
So Google for their search has come out with a lot of AI features, and they call
Mhm.
this generative AI. Do I know what that means? No. If anybody does, you can tell me, but oh, AI generative? Anyway, gift recommendations. So you can go in,
Oh, smart.
right?
Yes.
Right. I'm really excited for this too.
Genius.
I'm just really excited for a lot of things that make my life easier.
Yeah.
Um, so you can say the example they say is like, do you have somebody who likes to cook? Then you can search and say great gifts for home cooks, and it'll start to bring up like ideas that people have searched for. They're like, you can narrow it down to like, oh, who likes pasta? And it'll show you different things on how to make pasta and stuff like that. So I 100% am so excited for this. You can do search like if you're looking for a new jacket and you need the color or something like different style, you can do that and it'll come up with different AI generated images and then we'll help find the closest jacket to that image and things
Nice.
like that. So, yeah, it's pretty like thanks Google. You
Right?
have majority of my data anyway, so I really
Yeah.
appreciate you
So
giving
just
me this.
let's just keep going.
Yep. So yeah, new way to help with your wish list if you're or your wish list or other people's wish lists if you're having a
Right?
hard time buying gifts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I it, this is something that I think people don't understand about ChatGPT, and like and generative AI to
Yeah.
begin with is that it's such a great thing to bounce ideas off of, like a
Yes.
brainstorming tool.
Yes.
People will just think like, "Oh, it's gonna write my letter for me," or "Oh, it's gonna like, write my school paper." Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But it can write your church talk for you for the most
Yeah, I
part.
should do that next time.
And I actually have a talk on Sunday,
Oh,
so
perfect. Yeah, use
ChatGPT might be
ChatGPT.
helping me with that. But, but the brainstorming aspect of it,
Yes.
I think is really beneficial.
Yeah. They talk a lot about, so I follow a lot of fitness people as well on my social medias, and there was a lot of big conversations around ChatGPT writing fitness plans. And is it good? Is it bad? What's going to happen? And I think it's like you just said, it's not going to give you the perfect thing, whatever you're
Mhm.
asking it for. But if you, it can give you a basis to start,
Yeah.
and then you can grow from there. It can give you ideas of what to look for. And so that's, yeah, one of the big things is it's just a great way to give you ideas.
Mhm.
Talking's really hard.
Mhm.
And just help you get going with what you're looking for.
Yeah. So another like prompt you give like how to decorate your
Yeah.
apartment for Christmas or something like that because you don't have an outside to decorate. So what kind
Yeah.
of, cool things can you do inside your house
Yeah, and
for
they've done recipes for me, and so I'm pretty sure you could do crafts, like what's a way that I can make cardboard snowflakes or something like that to help decorate and things like that.
right. Yes, yes. So decorating ideas for sure.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Yeah, I actually, this is a fun AI one that I found.
Yeah.
It's funny because I found an article that's not, anyway, I'll just tell you. It was such a weird way.
Uh,
So Google has a Santa tracker. I did not know this. I always go to
you didn't
NORAD
know
when I
about
use
Google's Santa
no,
tracker?
because I just go to
Oh, like
NORAD.
your Nest like you have Nest,
Yeah,
devices.
yeah.
Um, there's some really cool, like, games and stuff with
That's
the
what,
Santa
yeah.
tracker, yeah,
I
on
had
the
no
Nest device,
clue.
like, the kids can totally interact with, but yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Well, so there's one, that does a, it's like, hold on, how did they say this? Let me find it. So it's a game, it's a guessing game called Quick Draw, and it has a robot named Tensor, and he has to guess what you're drawing. And so what he does is he learns. So this is kind of teaching kids what AI is, and it's machine learning. Um,
Great.
and so the article was like, Google promises it's not actually taking that data into its big AI. Like that was the article. And so just know
Like,
they promise
I swear, we're
we're
not
not.
stealing your kids' drawings."
It's just a game. But so
Uh,
it's a really cool way, but it does use AI. So you start off and the robot's like not kind of smart, and you'll draw a picture and it'll guess each like line or each thing you add to it. And then as you keep going, it'll keep guessing and getting better. And so I think it's a really fun way to teach kids about AI, but also it's a pretty
yeah,
cute Christmas thing as you draw Christmas themed things and it has to guess. So
yeah. Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know about the Google Santa tracker, which I am
sorry.
shocked you did not know, like, this makes me
I
sad inside.
know.
But yeah, and especially if you have a Google Nest device, definitely pull up that Santa tracker, and especially I think I've said especially like 100 times in this sentence,
Especially.
but, like Christmas Eve for sure,
Yeah.
make sure you pull up the Santa tracker on your Nest devices, and it's
It's
just so much fun.
I went and played some of the games and they're pretty even like now, they're up and you can find them and they're pretty fun, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll use it. I won't use
I
what does NORAD stand for? Do you remember? North?
um, Great question.
Oh, it's
Something research division, I bet, maybe?
defense.
Defense, I meant?
That is not, it says North American Aerospace Defense Command, but let me tell you, when you put those together,
It
that
does
does
not
not
spell north.
spell NORAD. So North American, I'm gonna guess. Here's how it goes. North
NO
is
is the
for
north.
north,
Okay.
then A can be American, it may also be aerospace, and then D is defense. Got it. Guys, we are smart on this channel. We know exactly what's happening. Anyway, I will use Google instead of NORAD. Fine.
Perfect. Do it.
Perfect.
Any other things that AI can do for the holidays, do you think?
That was kind of the only ones I thought of this
Okay.
time around.
I think those are great.
Yeah.
But it segues perfect into our trending topics. We're
Yes,
gonna need
let's
to
go.
get some like swoopy things where it's like trending
Ooh.
and like, this
Dun,
is
dun,
how
dun.
we do our podcast. we brainstorm on while
on
we're
the
live,
podcast. How can we make this
while
better
we're
for you
recording.
while we're recording?
You tell us if you like this idea. We'll go with it. So I was looking through the trending. Most of the time when I'm looking for trending, I'm heading over to TikTok
Yes.
because it's really easy to see what's trending there. Like Instagram is a little harder. Um,
Yeah.
YouTube is just really algorithm based, so it's like harder to see like what's kind of generally trending. But you've got especially Emily, who, if you've been a listener for any amount of time, you know how much Emily loves Harry Potter.
I do love
Uh,
Harry Potter.
loves Harry Potter. So when I saw this trending topic, I was like, okay, Emily needs to know about this. So here is the video, and then we're gonna talk about the video. So here we go. We're gonna play it.
On Disney Plus, and I've never seen this before. When we go in Pixar, there's a Harry Potter by Pixar movie.
No.
I mean,
No.
they never announced this anywhere.
When?
Whoa.
This is
crazy.
God. This is so cool.
Did you ever make anything happen?
Whoa.
Anything you couldn't explain?
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
You're a wizard. I'm what?
Whoa. What? Oh my god!
It's so beautiful and it makes me so sad because I know it's coming.
So the next video will make you sad. So here we go.
Tutorial of how I made the Harry Potter by Pixar movie trailer. First, the concept came from the hilarious Schmungus TikTok video.
What the hell is a schmungus? What is the schmungus among us?
Then the images were made in Mid-Journey using prompts like these. Images were animated in Runway ML. Had to do a lot of takes to get good results. Some details like the Ollivanders logo were made in ChatGPT. And finally, the Disney Plus website was made in Figma. Here you can see the prototype overview. I basically photoshopped the UI as you can see here. For the videos, I just stole them from the Disney Plus website using Inspect. You can find them here in the code. Save them to your computer. Fix the encryption in Handbrake, which is an incredible software for videos. And then you can just drag and drop them in Figma. Follow for more.
My favorite part of watching this whole video with you was that face right there. That's the face. That's the face.
So sad.
That's the face. But that was amazing.
That's actually really good. The one I will say, I hadn't seen the video. I knew it was fake. I
Yeah.
hadn't seen the video yet, which makes me even more sad because it's beautiful.
Right?
But
It's
whenever
so
they
good.
take lines from another movie or images or stuff like that, that's like the kicker of like, oh, I don't think this is real.
Yeah.
But it was so pretty. I would kill for an
It's so
animated
good.
Harry Potter. I think they'd be able to stay truer. Like, so HBO
Yeah.
is doing the live action TV series that's
Oh,
set to come
interesting.
out. Yeah. Which is nice because the TV series will allow them to add in more things than they did in the movies.
Mhm.
But this is actually similar to the question mark with the Legend of Zelda movie, is
Right.
with animation, you have so much more that you can do, and you're in live action, you're limited.
Yeah.
So I just wish they would do an animated Harry Potter. It's a dream of mine.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is the opposite studio, but
Yeah, that was a little weird. You're like, wait a minute.
like
That
Disney,
doesn't
like you'd
work.
think like it would go on like what is WB? Who owns that?
HBO,
mean, I
I think
know
they're in.
are they in HBO?
I think they're
Like
HBO. Yeah, oh
HBO
yeah, because
Max?
HBO
Yeah.
or HBO's
Oh yeah,
part of
because HBO
wow, we're
Max
really
has Friends, which is
and they're coming. HBO's what's doing
NBC.
the live action show, so it's
Oh,
gotta
okay,
be.
okay. So it's got to be in that
So
universe somewhere. So yeah, putting it there would have probably been a little easier sell, but
still.
like they could have done like DreamWorks or something like that.
Oh
Like I
yeah, like
think
made it like yeah.
right, like that seems a little more on par, but,
Mhm.
there's so many Disney movies that are animated that they are making into live action. Why can't the
Yeah.
opposite be
Why
true
can't they
with
do
the
it?
live action being made animated?
I do. I
And
actually have an ethics question tied to this video for you if you're
yes,
ready. So have you
I'm
ever used
so ready.
Midjourney?
Midjourney? I have not, but
Okay.
I've used, Photoshop's AI
Right.
tools.
Okay. So here's a little insight into Emily's life. I play D&D and we used Midjourney to come up with our character pictures for our latest session so that you
Oh,
could kind of
fun.
see what you're looking for, or not session, but campaign.
Right.
I know D&D, it's fine. And so the question has come up a lot of, is AI generated art like legitimately art? Or could you sell AI generated art? Like it's in that realm of like, this is where AI gets a little tricky.
My daughter has big feelings about this
Does she?
topic.
She would. I
Yes.
feel like she would.
Yes. Big feelings. We've discussed it before, and I've meant to get her on here to
Yeah.
talk about it, and then we just keep, like, you know, not doing it,
Things
but
happen. Life happens.
right, right. But, yeah, she's very against it.
Yeah.
So, like, because she's an artist, so, like, for those who don't know, like, my daughter is an artist, and
She's
so
really good. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know where she got it from. It wasn't
You're like,
from
that's not
me.
me. That's
It's
not
not
me.
me. But yes, she is amazing artist, and like, yeah, she's like I've heard the rant before, and the rant is extensive.
Yeah, it's one of those things because okay, maybe we should, just in case anybody's not quite sure how AI works. We've talked a lot about it, but
Yeah.
just in case, it's machine learning. So what
Mhm.
it does is it takes what you feed it and then turns around and spits it back out to you in different forms. So
Right.
when it comes to art, it's taking images of other art in and then using that to spit it back out. So that's where the question comes into play. And
Right.
I agree. I agree with her. I think that, and it's interesting to watch people who do sell AI art or some form of AI generated art's the word I was going to use again, but it's not necessarily what I mean. But because they're
Content.
like, well,
Right.
yeah, content. That's a better word,
Yeah.
content. Because they're like, I'm creating it. And you're like, but you're creating it from pieces from other things that have already been created. So it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, copyright from a copyright perspective, it's
Yeah.
transformative.
Oh,
So,
good
like,
point.
you can have transformative work. Like, so
Mhm.
I can play this TikTok video, and even though that is somebody else's creation and could technically fall under copyright, if I, provide commentary or do something like that, then that is transforming that work into my own work.
Mm, good point.
And so that kind of,
That's a
is
good
interesting. I
point.
know. But, like, with AI, because 'cause I've seen, like, copyright lawsuits also because,
Yeah.
like, Sarah Silverman is involved in a lawsuit where, they're claiming, ChatGPT used their content from their book, like, to, you know to learn from,
Oh, yeah.
and spit back out, like, a synopsis of her book. Like,
Interesting.
well, is that transformative? Because it's just like a synopsis, it's not the actual
Mm,
work, but they are using it like kind of in an illegal way. Like they don't have the rights to like pull that into like so it's a very gray
yeah.
zone.
I'm weirdly excited to see what comes out of it. Like, I wanna see where we
Right?
land when everything like, when we finally, like, settle a little bit. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what ends up being right and what ends up being wrong, and yeah, super interesting.
Yeah. So the last trending thing that Emily brought up, and like speaking of wrong,
Speaking of wrong things to do in a business.
Emily wants to talk about another trending topic going on. And
No.
like I don't know if it's like such big news because we live in Utah.
That's
Um
why yeah, I think
but
it
it
is. I
could
don't
be big news everywhere. I don't know.
So we'll just talk about it.
So we'll
There
just talk
is
about it.
we'll
It's
just,
our podcast. We can do what we
it's
want.
we'll do what I want. Jane.com is a boutique-like website where their whole premise would they would take women-owned business and allow them to sell their products on one website. You could go and get like everything from it. Seriously, it was like earrings to couches to clothes to whatever. Well, on the 17th, there people would go to their website and it said down for maintenance, and everybody just assumed that it was because of Black Friday. They're getting ready. No, they are just gone. They're just like gone. People showed up to work. So it is a Utah-based company. People showed up to work and like the doors were shut and locked, and they just were like, "Yep, we're done. See ya." People are left without, or creators were left without money, and they still have unfilled orders. But and so it's like a mess, and
Yeah.
it's chaos. I do feel really bad for the creators and the people who've purchased stuff. Like, but I didn't. So
Right.
also I can appreciate the chaos that this is. And like the police are involved and all this
Yeah.
stuff. They're just gone.
Lehigh PD.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, your police are involved in this.
My police. My police.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's super crazy. And so there's actually a YouTube channel that I found
Oh,
that was like Jane Stop Paying Sellers or something like that. Like that's the name of the YouTube channel. Let me just quickly look it up really quick. Oh yeah, Jane Not Paying Sellers. That's exactly the YouTube channel.
so
There's 3
funny.
videos because the first video was from 3 weeks ago. So before it shut down,
Oh,
and was saying like, "Hey, this company is not paying its sellers."
I
And then
didn't
like
know it
another
started that.
video was like, your code is open source, so I can just take your whole business model and that's what I'm going to do if you're not going to pay. Like apparently this person who created the channel the Jane Not Paying Sellers, that's the channel. There's 3 videos. Go subscribe. There's like 18 subscribers. So
That's amazing.
yeah. But they're good videos. I think that there's no face on them. It's just like the videos. Um, but but now like there's another one. So there's a whole like Reddit thread. Um,
That's where I went was Reddit. It's my like news source sometimes.
not sometimes like Reddit has become my go-to, like especially with like all the weird stuff from the social media platform from when it was Twitter. Um, like, because that was my go-to news source before, but now like Reddit has like
Mhm.
really climbed my charts. But yeah, so there's like a whole Reddit thread and it starts back in like last month where they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm not getting paid. Is anybody else getting paid?" Like, and like you can see the like do, 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 and then like
It's all
so
just yeah.
super crazy.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's what I went to was that very thread that you're talking about. And
Yeah.
I read a couple of things there. I was like, what is happening? My friend sent it to me because she
Yeah.
buys a lot of Jane off Jane.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, she was a big Jane person. But what was I about to say? Oh, there is a Facebook page. I should look this up actually while I'm talking that you can join that has former Jane if you're really interested in this. I'm very invested.
Yeah.
You can find former Jane sellers and you can
Oh,
buy
good.
from them like through other means. So it's
Right.
your fave Jane sellers shop here. And so they'll
Okay,
just
we'll have to
post,
link that down in
yeah.
in the description for sure.
And they're all small businesses. They're
Right.
all like, so they just have their websites. They have people can go in and be like, hey, do you know anybody who had this item or anything like that? And you can buy directly from them or through like Etsy. I know a lot of them are going to Etsy now
Sure.
without Jane. And yeah,
I know that
so
is
there you
really the
go.
heartbreaking thing, especially coming up on 4th quarter,
Black.
Black
Yeah.
Friday, when people like this is where they make the majority of their money
Yeah.
for the whole year is in like the next few weeks. And so not having an ability to get their product to people who want to buy it is gotta be devastating.
Yeah, and then they said you said it, but I'm just gonna repeat it, where people are out, like, thousands of dollars from Jane,
Yeah.
and then now they also built or bought or made, all this extra product because of Black Friday in preparation for it, and now they have all this stock that they can't sell, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be this is when we hear what actually happened, this is gonna be messy and super interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. My sister is, like, waiting with bated breath for the Netflix, like, docuseries.
Yes, yes, what happened? I need to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
She's like, "I
super
need this
trending.
docuseries, like, right now."
Like, what? Because yeah, it's just because sometimes with businesses, you get the, like you said, kind of more rumblings of, like,
Right.
something's going on, employees will get rumblings or something like this. This was just immediate shutdown, so
Yeah. Super crazy.
super crazy.
All right. Well, I think that does us for the week. Happy
Thank
Thanksgiving,
you.
everybody.
Happy
Good
Thanksgiving.
good luck with your hosting.
Family? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good luck with your family, Emily.
Thanks. It'll be fine. We'll be
Yeah,
fine. Everyone will survive, I'm pretty sure. So
I'm pretty sure
all that matters.
that's it'll be just fine. Yeah, I'm also hosting, but I'm hosting my husband and my
Like
2
your
kids.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say your immediate, which is a fine. That is an easy host. And you're
Yes,
just
but I'm still making a turkey. I just bought like a smaller one. I bought like a
oh,
12-pound turkey
nice.
instead of like a
That's fun.
16-pound. So
Isn't that crazy that that's like small and 12-pound turkey?
12, I know. It's gonna be like Joey
Like
Tribbiani, like, "You are my Everest."
nice.
Like, I'm not making a whole turkey just for us, but we'll have lots of
You have
leftovers.
to have
That'll be great.
something.
Yeah.
And that's the best part of Thanksgiving
It
is
is
leftovers.
the
So
best part, yeah, and that's why I like to host too, is, like, I get to make all the food that I want,
that's a good
like,
point.
because 'cause
Yep.
I'm a picky eater, so, like, everything that I make is, like, something I want to eat, and I get all the leftovers,
That's true.
so it's just really a win-win
It is a
to host
win-win.
it.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I did buy containers. This is
Okay.
riveting information, everyone. I did go buy containers so others could have some if there's leftovers, but
Sure, I
really, I'm hoping
guess.
that they all just decide to leave it at my house.
Right? Perfect. I love it. All right. Well, we will see you guys next Wednesday for another riveting episode
Riveting.
of Family Tech Talk. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.